Welcome to Heat Check, powered by WeBuyOldJeans.com. These are the top 10 highest selling vintage jeans over the last 30 days. Now, kicking us off at number 10, yes, we're covering the last 30 days versus the last 2 weeks like we normally do because we had a missed week in there. So we're going to make up for it and take a look at what sold over the last 30 days here. Starting us off, we have a pair of Big E Levi's. Let's take a look at what we're looking at here. Very dark, lots of good color left in this thing. Looks like we don't have the patch on the back. It almost looks like, let's see if we can get a close-up on this tag. This is interesting. We got the black bar tacks. You can see there's a V-stitch and there is a zipper. So this is probably a 501Z or a 502. I'm not entirely certain. It is selvage. But this is probably from the late 60s, is my guess, being that it does have the black bar tacks, and we have that Talon 42 zipper. It could also be a little bit later than that, but this is a bit unusual. That's probably, there's not a lot of information on this listing. They probably had no clue what they were looking at because it's not typical. Let's take a look. Where's that? Does it show the button number? No, it does. The factory code's kind of hard to see there. Anyway, beautiful pair. Probably a 501Z or 502 is my guess. Probably a 501Z is my guess. Probably a little bit of a later one. But this one sold after 43 bids. At 43 bids, clearly we're very interested in this particular pair. This one sold for $1,525.98. Then at number 9, we have some 1960s 501s with the number 2. That's the factory code. Let's take a look. Red selvage, red line selvage. Let's take a look. Really dark pair here. Looks like size 38-30. You can kind of tell that. Beautifully colored pair here. Like probably very rarely worn, if at all. But I do believe it looks like it has been worn, at least some. Yeah, you can see that. Still beautiful. Let's get a closer look at this tag. Yep, there we go. Interesting. It does not have the made in USA on there. I wonder if this is a European version of this. Yeah, you can see there's no hidden rivets here, and I don't think there was. Yeah, there's no V-stitch. So we're definitely looking at a bit later here, but not being made in USA is a bit interesting. But either way, this pair sold for $1,900. Then at number 8, we have a Levi's Type 1, size small. That's why it's a bit lower on this list. Type 1s, or any of these jackets that are in smaller sizes, are going to go for less. Bigger sizes go for a lot more, so always be watching out for that. This was probably, I don't know if I'd call this 40s. I'd bet a little bit later than that, but we have to look at a few more details. But still, beautiful jacket. There's that buckle back. Looks like it's in good condition. All in all, let's see what the size was. It does not have a size tag, of course, but most likely size small. Oh, they have photos for the measurements. Let's take a look. Yeah, so 38 is actually not terrible for these. It's probably one of the more common sizes, but still pretty cool. This one sold for $2,000. Then we have another pair of Levi's 501s. What's new? Levi's dominate this video, but that's not uncommon. There's that V-stitch. Let's take a look. No tag on the back. Oh, is that it? Oh, that's kind of frustrating because you can't quite tell. Let's see if we can see. A lot of times you can see back here. Yeah, there's some wear, so they're probably hidden rivets, is my guess. But good color, but does have some wear. Let's see. Can we see maybe inside? No, we can't. Yeah, always check for those hidden rivets and show them if they're there. Size 32, 29, good size. This pair sold for $2,020 after 26 bids. If you want to avoid the fees and possible fraud of selling on eBay, we suggest you sell to WeBuyOldJeans.com. These are the sponsors of this channel. They're looking for vintage denim of all kinds and even other vintage clothing items as well. These guys can take a look at your clothing, give you an evaluation, and even an offer if they're interested in purchasing, and make a quick transaction easy and simple. Check out WeBuyOldJeans.com today. Then next up, we have some 505s. We don't often see 505s this high on the list, but this particular pair is new with the tags, so it is unworn and likely. This is shrinkage controlled, so that was common for the 505s. But absolutely beautiful here. Look at this. Size 36-30, an absolutely perfect, like sellable size. This will probably shrink a little bit more. Just because even if the shrinkage controlled, that doesn't mean they're completely controlled. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that, guys. This is a good looking jean. You do not find them like this very often anymore. Looks like they're probably from 1975. This is probably just worn, like blurred like that because of it just sitting, and maybe a little bit of moisture, so you might have to be careful about that. But all in all, this looks absolutely beautiful. 15 bids later, this one sold for $2,079. Then we have some 1950s, apparently 501 double X's in tagged size 35-33. Look how beautiful the color is on these. Gorgeous ones right here. Look at that offset belt loop. Yeah, these are probably, I would say these are probably from that time period, would be my guess. It looks like repair and makeover. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, so I just noticed it looks like these may have been taken in, and that's gonna obviously affect the price. So it may not have actually been originally a offset belt loop, but it looks like these may have been modified in some way. Yeah, see, oh, this is it. Yeah, it looks like a seam right down the middle that was sewed back up. Beautiful, but it looks like the job was done fairly decently. But yeah, you see there's probably some work done here. But definitely is going to affect the price. So good on them for pointing that out and not just rolling with it. But there was still demand for it. I'm sure they did plenty fine on this flip here. 18 bids later, it sold for $2,500.50. More 501s, but this time we have some dead stock. These are the creme de la creme, 1966. They're not from 1966, but that was the copyright date on the flasher, I'm guessing, here in this case. We can see they're actually from, it's probably 1973. Yeah, my guess, 1973, because it does have the stamp, and that was from 72 to 74. They were using the stamps. Absolutely immaculate looking. Size 35-31, another perfectly sellable size right here, and absolutely stunning condition. Yeah, look at that right there. Absolutely crispy. This is, in fact, this is in a lot better condition sometimes than these end up being. So these were probably stored really well. Sometimes these are all beat up, but these flashers look like they're in great condition. I don't know where these were stored, but good on them because they came up big time in this case. And it came all the way up to $2,900 is the sale on these. You gotta love the power of dead stock. Then at number 3, we have another pair of 501s. The 501s are in vogue right now, it seems. But this is pretty interesting. We have a 1950s, supposedly. We'll take a look at that. Pair of 501s, but the size here is 28-27, so a bit smaller, a bit on the smaller side. So we probably are looking at a bit on the older side, and we certainly do. We have a leather patch, so yeah, we're firmly in the 50s most likely here. Looks like a really good condition pair too. There's those hidden rivets. That little stamp that we would see on pairs from this time period. This is absolutely great. These look like they're in great condition. Probably worn in just the perfect ways. There's a little bit of wear down here, but it doesn't look like it's broken through, so that's good news. So absolutely beautiful pair right here. Let's take a look at that. There we go. Super dark, but super small, but that's okay. Really nice. This one sold for $2,999.49. All right, I hope you guys aren't getting too old of these 501s. I know sometimes I do, but that's just the way it goes. Here we have a 1950s Levi's 501. Let's take a look a bit closer here. Absolutely looks like really good coloring here. So not too faded out. Probably worn a few times. V-stitch. Here's those hidden rivets, offset belt loop. Yeah, all sort of indicative of this. Let's see, can we get a close-up of that patch? Yeah, we see that. There we go. Yeah, every garment guaranteed. So yeah, we're on the early or the late side of this particular tag. So yeah, 50s, early 60s for sure in this case. So beautiful pair right here. 43 bids later. And a nice size 31. This one sold for $3,050, excuse me. Then at number 1, we have a Levi's 507 XX Type 2. This is the 53 to 62. They're probably getting that number because of the looks like a leather jerky patch here. This one is in incredible condition. The color is absolutely vibrant. Perhaps maybe even dead stock. It's that one-sided tab as well, so it is a bit older. It is on the older side of that 53 to 63 range. Yeah, like really good condition. The color is absolutely beautiful. I'm guessing the size is pretty good as well. Sure enough, this is a size 42. That's going to make a big deal because these are incredibly hard to come by in this size and are always in demand. And the condition, all the stars have a line for this outside of it being absolutely pristine dead stock. Probably couldn't get a whole lot better because you even have the jerky tag attached. So it really doesn't get much better than this. This is, I think, by far the best looking and hardest to come by, most valuable Type 2 we have seen on the list to date, and it sold after 30 bids. It sold for $8,600. Congratulations to the buyers and to the sellers for such a great find right here. And that will do it for the top 10 heat check for the denim. And that'll do it for Heat Check Denim Edition. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.